So this is our 1935 Plymouth. It's called a PJ Coupe. It's a pretty wild mix of 35 Plymouth, GT1 race car chassis, and then Ruffian is all the glue that sticks all the parts together, makes it one car again. You know, what we've seen so far is that people look at the car and then they look some more and they look some more. It's got all those layers, you know. It's all the funkiness of the 35 Plymouth. It's got the race car chassis underneath it. It's got the Ruffian like supercar carbon touch to it, you know, so there's a lot of layers of the onion to sort of get through, and I think people will spend time looking at it and hopefully enjoying and being inspired, and you know, to maybe give a second look to some of these old cars. So my name is Chris Ashton and I'm from Ruffian Cars. We're in Southern California, Fountain Valley. And I always wondered what a Ruffian hot rod would look like, but I was honestly a little bit scared of trying to go that direction because I'm not as familiar with 30s era cars, but it found me, basically, is what happened. We bought a V10 Viper engine for a 70 CUDA that we were going to build. It really wouldn't fit in that chassis, so I started shopping for cars that had a long enough nose to fit a V10. So we bought the car to fit the engine. I got real excited because I saw a commonality between all the scratches and wear and tear on that chassis with the original paint and the patina on the Plymouth. You know, both cars, the chassis and the Plymouth, there was a story that you could see. So we had the engine, then we had the car, then we had the chassis, and we were just crossing our fingers and hoping that we could get them all to fit together, because that was a big unknown. I work with a young guy named Andreas, who's a very good concept artist, and so while we're taking measurements and stuff, he's also doing sketches. There's one thing in common with all the ones that we were referencing, and they didn't have fenders. I told Andreas the one thing I want to do is I want to do fenders on the car, carbon fenders. We started looking at race cars like the LMP1 cars and stuff, where they have these big swoopy fenders, and so we started doing sketches and drawings based off of race cars, and then I went back and started to shape them, reference the original Plymouth shape, you know, so it's a blend of the two. It's a V10 Viper engine, built by Prefix. It's a stroker motor, so it's 9 liters now, makes a little over 800 horsepower. I think it made 803 horsepower on the dyno. 745 foot-pounds of torque, which is bananas. The race car suspension, that stuff, we rebuilt it. We put new bearings and seals and everything in it, but it is the racing rear end. It's a 4-to-1 gear ratio in the back. It's a posi track, but it's very, very tight. But aside from that, it's, you know, it's big bearings, NASCAR brakes on it. It's a fun thing. It is really a unique chassis to be driving on the street for sure. It's really, really rare to find a car that's original paint. And here we had a car that was 90 years old and it still had the original blue paint on it. For me, I like to see the history. You know, there's a little, you can still see there's a little bit of some dents here and there and stuff like that, but I just felt like that was part of the history of the car and I didn't want to erase it, you know, so what we did was we very lightly sanded to get rid of any loose stuff, and then it was many coats of clear coat to bury it all, to fill in all the cracks and all the little paint chips and stuff and make it like glass smooth again. So I feel like now it's kind of like preserved in amber or something, you know, it's like a fossil or something. There's just a coolness to it. The exhaust on the driver's side is 17 inches longer than on the passenger side. In order to lengthen the time that those exhaust pulses take to get to your ear. So instead of but up, it's more bop, 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 bop. So it's a Viper V10, but it doesn't sound like a Viper. It's its own distinct sound. So that was us just having fun with the exhaust and experimenting. It's a big science experiment, you know, in some ways, but I really have fun with the exhaust, you know. The exhaust is kind of I don't know, hearing the engine run, it makes it feel like it's alive. And every car that we build has its own exhaust note and sound, and it's part of the personality and that sort of things.